Restore yellow or faded headlights with the 3M Headlight Restoration Kit, part number 39084, without the use of tools. Headlights have either a hard surface layer or a UV-resistant coating that turns yellow or cloudy with time. The 3M Headlight Restoration Kit allows you to achieve professional restoration results in the comfort of your garage. With the 3M Headlight Restoration Kit, you will sand by hand to remove the yellowed layer, and then follow with 3 additional sanding steps to restore clarity. Finally, you will polish the headlight to restore a perfectly clear surface. In addition to the products included in the 3M Headlight Restoration Kit, you will need tape, a spray bottle of water, paper towels, and a soft microfiber towel such as the 530 Supreme. The first step is to clean the lens with soap and water. Dry it thoroughly. Protect trim and painted surfaces around the headlight with 3M masking tape to avoid accidental damage from sanding or polishing. Next, attach and center a gold P500 grit sanding disc onto the black face of the included foam pad. Using high pressure, sand to remove the yellowing and surface defects from the lens. Sand in a circular or back and forth pattern, whichever is most comfortable. The more time you spend during this sanding step, the better your results. Make sure to remove all of the yellowing. Frequently wipe the sanding disc and headlight lens with a paper towel or cloth to remove the excess sanding dust. If the disc is no longer removing material, replace it with a new gold P500 grit sanding disc and continue sanding until the yellow layer is completely removed. The lens should have a white, evenly sanded surface that appears to look frosted. If any portion of the headlight still looks yellow, continue sanding before moving to the next step. Replace the coarse disc with a P800 white sanding disc. Using medium to high pressure, sand the surface to remove the coarser 500 grit marks and replace them with 800 grit marks. We find that sanding in one direction, such as up and down or left and right, in alternating directions between grits, allows us to track our progress accurately. Continue sanding until all of the 500 grit marks have been removed and replaced with the 800 grit. Wipe the surface frequently with a paper towel to inspect. Continue sanding with the 800 grit until all the previous marks have been removed. The headlight will now look clearer than it did with the previous step. This is an indication we are moving in the right direction. For the third sanding step, replace the white P800 grit sanding disc with the gray-green P1000 sanding disc. The 3M kit includes 2 gray-green discs. One is 1000 grit, one is 3000 grit. The 1000 grit is darker in appearance and has 1000 grit printed on the back. Mist the sanding disc with a light amount of water. Mist the headlight with a light amount of water. We don't want to soak it, but we do want it damp for adequate lubrication. Using medium to high pressure, begin sanding to reduce the sand scratches from the previous grit. We recommend moving in a direction opposite or opposing the previous direction. This will allow us to track our progress and make sure all of the coarser vertical scratches have been completely removed. Add more water as needed and continue sanding. Care should be taken around any bumps, points, or protrusions in the headlight. Carefully sand around these to make sure that all of the headlight has been completely sanded. The more time you spend doing this step, the better your results in the end. Wipe the surface with a paper towel and inspect frequently. A light slurry or white haze on the headlight indicates that material is being removed and you are doing a good job. The headlight after the 1000 grit should have an almost clear appearance. For the fourth and final sanding step, replace the green-gray P1000 grit sanding disc with the gray-green P3000 grit sanding disc. Again, mist it with water and mist the headlight with water. We don't want to soak it, but we do want adequate lubrication. Using medium to high pressure, begin sanding to reduce the sand scratches from the previous grit. In this case, we are moving up and down, which is opposing the left to right movements from the previous sandpaper. This again will allow us to track our results. We will continue until all of the vertical or horizontal sanding scratches have been removed. Wipe the surface with a paper towel and inspect often to make sure that you're doing an adequate job. The more time you spend in this step, the easier it will be to have perfectly clear headlights at the end. For the final step, flip the orange foam block over and apply a quarter-sized amount of the supplied 3M rubbing compound. Using high pressure, spread the 3M compound over the surface and then rub vigorously to remove the sanding scratches and restore clarity. Add more compound as needed and continue to work until the headlight is completely clear. Finally, remove the residue using a soft microfiber towel such as a Supreme 530 microfiber towel. We don't want to scratch the headlight at this point. Finally, carefully remove the masking tape and clean all the surrounding areas. Your headlight restoration is complete. You can see the previous yellow, faded, oxidized headlight that we started with. And by using the 3M Headlight Restoration Kit, we were able to completely remove all the yellowing and haziness while restoring factory clarity. Not only does your car look better, but it will perform better at night. To learn more about 3M car care products or detailing tips to give you professional results, check out autopiacarcare.com or join our online community at autopiaforums.com.